Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Ghost and today we're going to be doing a video on the tier 5 Japanese battleship, the FUSO. The ship that has the pagoda of all pagodas. The tower of all towers. You thought the Twin Towers were the best towers? Well, those collapsed. The only tower that didn't collapse was the Japanese Pagoda superstructure on the FUSO. Look at that thing! It's almost taller than the London Bridge in the background. Almost. Almost as tall. Pardon my Twin Tower joke, okay? It's a joke, okay? It's been almost 20 plus years. Give me a break, okay? I'm trying to make comedy here. Anyway, it's hard times here on World of Warships Legends, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta make some comedy somehow. We gotta have a good time somehow, right? So here we are, taking a look at a meme ship, but it's actually not as bad as you think. We're gonna talk about that throughout the video. So, for the upgrades and loadout, we've got aiming systems, and we got prop mod, and we are fully upgraded as well. Alright, awesome, fantastic. Let's go take a look at the loadout. We have high explosive and armor-piercing shells. We've got standard Japanese damage control parties. We have 3 repair parties and 3 spotters. We have the Marine Day 21 flag. It looks like a Japanese flag, so it just works, as the great frickin' Todd Howard once said. And we're running the standard type camouflage. I could put on the Shiro camouflage, but nah, I'm good. That's hella fucking weird. So I'm just keeping on the thing because I like to take a look at that giant pagoda. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful. It really is. Moving on to the specs now. For the survivability, we've got 57,100 hit points with a 34% torpedo damage reduction. Moving on to the artillery, you've got lots of guns. You've got 12 14-inch guns. Don't believe me? Take a look. On the bow here, you've got 4 14-inch guns. You got 2 turrets and 2 barrels on each of those turrets. Then, right here, behind the giant pagoda, you've got another 14-inch gun turret with 2 barrels. And right behind the smokestack, you have another one of those turrets with 2 14-inch barrels. And in the very back, you've got an additional 2 more turrets that have 14-inch guns on them, 2 each on each turret. So, lots of firepower, okay? Lots of firepower, lots of it. So, yeah, beware. Now, the firing range of my build's pretty good. 18.6 kilometers. Ridiculous. My reload time is down to 26.7 seconds. My 180-degree turn time on my turrets is down to 38.3 seconds. My HE shell maximum damage is 5,700 with a 25% fire chance. And for our armor-piercing shells, we've got around an 11,200 maximum AP shell damage, okay? The only way to achieve maximum damage, by the way, is by getting a Citadel hit. So if I want to get a maximum damage with my HE shells of 5,700, I would have to hit a Citadel with that HE. Same thing goes with the AP. Moving on to the AA. The AA is, well, not very good. Let's just put it that way. It's not very good, okay? Don't depend on it. For the maneuverability, not very good, but it's okay, actually. 22.1 knots speed, pretty average. Turning circle radius, 740 meters. It's not actually that bad for a battleship. And the rudder shift time, pretty, average for a battleship. Moving on to the concealment, we've got 14.2 by sea. We've got 11.9 by air, 2 guaranteed with a 13-kilometer detection while firing in smoke. Now, the concealment is pretty high. Most battleships at this tier, I think, have a concealment of around 13 kilometers. So, it makes sense, though. You've got a giant fucking, World Trade Center on your ship. So, I would think you'd be getting seen out pretty far, right? You know what I mean? So, once again, it's a joke. If you get offended, well, that's a you problem. It's a joke, okay? Obviously, I'm not a terrorist. Or am I? Dun, dun, dun. Dr. Ghost is a terrorist, confirmed? No, I'm just kidding. Jesus. Can I not, make comedy? God, snowflakes, am I right? Anyway, moving on to the armor. The armor. Not very good armor. Believe it or not, I know, shocker. Battleship tier 5, not good armor. Huh, who'd have thunk it? 25 bow armor there. All over that green. You guys see that green? That's all 25 millimeters. So anything with 15-inch guns or bigger will go straight through that like butter. Take that away. Actually, let's take a look at the other bit there. There's a little tiny bit of 102 millimeters of armor there as well. So that can ricochet some shells if they actually land low enough to hit that belt. Okay? Now taking that away, we have some side plating. Not very good. It's just a torpedo protection. Obviously, you got a lot of superstructure. You got your giant fucking pagoda that goes up to the goddamn moon right there. You got the smokestack, and you got the other superstructure piece in the back too. But surprisingly, there's actually not a lot of superstructure. The only places that have it is those towers. That's it. Everything else, it's pretty flat. You got a big deck. That's what she said. Anyway, casemate armor, 203 millimeters of a thwart ship armor. We've got a 35 to 51 millimeter deck. That's what she said. We have a 152 millimeter armor belt to 305 millimeters. So pretty well armored belt. So what you want to be doing in the FUSO is getting those battleships to aim at your bow and then swing out and hope that they hit your belt. Okay, dreadnought shuffle. That's what this ship's going to be all about, for the most part. Swing out, get your guns off, turn into angle, then swing out a little bit to auto-bounce and ricochet those incoming shells. That's the whole idea behind the Dreadnought Shuffle. If you don't know how to do that yet, well, you should probably start figuring it out. Okay? Pay attention to your armor viewer. It is important, and it's free. You can look right at the armor at any ship. Any ship in the game. If you want to take a look at the armor on the Azuma, you click X. You go to upgrades and loadout. You go over to armor. Boom! You can see the armor layout. Fan-fucking-tastic. Awesome. Rocket science given to you by yours truly, Dr. Ghost Games. Now moving on to the armor once again. Taking that all away. Going back to what we were talking about here. The armor on the turrets is just fine. Pretty average. Nothing crazy. And finally, the Citadel. The Citadel is hella wonky. I can't even explain it. So, all I have to say is at range, you're going to be getting nuked. Even at close range, you're probably going to get nuked, okay? It has a pretty waterline Citadel. It's right at the waterline there. So if anybody aims low enough, they're going to Citadel you. And especially at range, they're going to Citadel you. This thing has a big old broadside, as you guys can see. Okay, so you got to be careful. That's all I got to say. You just got to be careful. All right, pay attention to who's shooting you. Moving on to the overview. Guns aplenty. True, this thing has 12 14-inch guns. Long reach. True, this thing has pretty long range. And finally, compromising AP shells. Incoming high caliber AP shells are more likely to overpenetrate the armor. I don't know, but hey, whatever. The FUSO did actually exist in real life. There was 2 of them in the series, and she entered service in 1915. And finally, moving on to the commander, we've got Thankyou Takagi, we've got Andrew Cunningham, and Paulo de Revel as inspirations. We have our base trait Phoenix, we've got Flammable Cannoneer, Gyrating Drill Bits, Marksmanship, Reaching Out XXL for our skills. And finally, we've got Will to Rebuild, okay? He's a Legendary 3, rank 16 captain, and nonetheless, I will see you all over in the gameplay portion of today's video. I hope you all do enjoy it. Okay, so here we are in the game. We are in the FUSO. We are on straight, and it is a domination mode. This is one of those maps that I was talking to some people about that Wargaming could actually change around. On PC, the spawns are actually rotated 180 degrees. So instead of being horizontally from each other, you spawn vertically from each other. Okay, it's actually pretty cool. So I would like it if they actually redid this map, or have like a different version of this map, to where sometimes it's this version and other times it goes over to the horizontal, or sorry, the vertical version of the spawns. It's pretty cool on PC, but hey, you can only hope, right, that Wargaming will actually do things that we recommend to them. Anyway, we're not talking about that today. We're talking about the FUSO. So what do we know about the FUSO? Well, we talked about it in the specs and all that, and what this thing is kind of about, and it has a lot of firepower. If you guys haven't caught on by now, this thing has 12 14-inch guns, and they are pretty long-range guns, especially if you get a good commander on it. You can get the range out pretty far. Now, we already are getting shot at by this enemy FUSO. He shoots his front guns at us. He's actually swinging out, so we're going to be able to pop our spotter and get all 12 of our 14-inch guns downrange. And these are pretty damn good 14-inch guns, believe it or not. He's going pretty broadside, and we absolutely smack him for half of his HP. Opening salvo, very spicy, 23,000 damage. Now, off our port side there, over at the Charlie spawn, we're getting shot at by an incoming Queen Elizabeth, so we turn in and we dodge a majority of those shells. They go right over us, just like so, okay? But, since that Queen Elizabeth did open fire, we're gonna be able to return the favor. He went unspotted there, but I was aiming right where he was at before he went unspotted, so we should still be able to get some shots downrange, maybe get a couple hits or more. Let's see, and we get some decent penetrations once again. And just like that, with 2 salvos, we're already up to 40,000, basically, if you round it up. So, very, very nice indeed. So, what I'm going to do is go right up on the edge of this island. I'm not going to overextend. I'm just going to sit right here, and I'm gonna slow down, I'm gonna stop, and I'm just gonna keep on cycling these beautiful Japanese 14-inch guns. Now, remember, they are Japanese 14-inch guns, so they can be pretty trolly. Okay, now like right there, that's actually pretty decent. It's not horrible. It's not completely shotgunning, and we get some pretty damn decent results. We get about 7,000 damage there, so not too bad at all. And then we see this enemy Nevada. He's getting absolutely burnt down by everybody, so we're turning our attention over to him, and we are going to hopefully be able to absolutely smack the crap out of him. He's going hella broadside. He's exposing his citadel very easily. If there's any justice in this world, that man is dead. And unfortunately, in true wargaming, World of Warships magic, dark magic logic, he is not dead, so we have to actually not get our back guns off because he got away. You gotta love it. But he should still be on fire, so he's probably going to burn out. Now, the Queen Elizabeth is kiting away, and she goes unspotted, so right now, we really don't have much to shoot at. And then this ARP Hiroshima pops up, so I'm just gonna quickly aim. It says right now that I can't shoot over that island, but I doubt it, so I'm gonna take the shot anyway, because I think the game is lying to me. And they go right over. Sometimes the game lies, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta love World of Warships Legends. It's a perfect game, isn't it? Anyway, even though we got over that island, we still did not hit them. Japanese dispersion being weird, being trickery as always. And, well, this Nevada is spotted, so we're just going to keep our hard aim right there. He goes unspotted, but we were aimed and advanced, and we should be able to take him out if we have any RNG in this world. And down he goes. That is our first kill. That is our first kill of the game. We're up to 53,000 damage. Now, one thing I want to mention is I've actually been playing and talking at the same time. Okay, believe it or not. I have been giving you guys commentary, and I'm playing right now. Okay? I'm legit playing right now as we speak. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. This is a live comms sort of video. So I hope you all are enjoying so far. If you guys are enjoying the video, well, hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, well, what are you waiting for? Have you hit that subscribe button yet? No? I'll wait. I'm not going to shoot this Queen Elizabeth until you do it. Come on. Alright, fine. I'll shoot this Queen Elizabeth. He was pretty over-angled there. How dare you not subscribe? If you would have subscribed sooner, maybe I would have shot him when he was pretty over-angled. Anyway, just teasing. I'm just teasing. We get some decent results. Nothing too crazy. We get a penetration and an overpen for not a whole lot of damage. But no, in all seriousness, though, speaking of subscribers, thank you guys for the overwhelming amount of support the past few months. You guys have been amazing. It really does mean a lot. And I'm so glad that you guys, even though the game is in kind of a tough spot with the content lately, I'm so glad that so many of you guys still hang around and show so much love and support. I really greatly appreciate it. And honestly, it's because of you guys why I still play the game. It's still why I enjoy it. And it's still why I come back, do content for it. And yeah, it's because you guys like this stuff, and I love it too. It's fun. Even though I don't enjoy the game all the time, sometimes I like to come on here and have a good time. Right now, though, we're not having a very good time. We are making a push. I'm thinking, like, maybe I could pull this off, but I'm starting to regret it. Queen Elizabeth is pretty well angled to me, so odds are I'm not going to be able to get a whole lot of decent results. FUSO is backing around the island, and that FUSO did actually knock out my front gun. So not a whole lot I could really do about that, unfortunately. No, I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to see if I can't turn away. Hopefully, maybe get away, but it's iffy. Queen Elizabeth, though, is still, you know, only shooting her front guns off, so I might be able to slip away. I mean, I'm not going to be able to slip away, but I might be able to turn away and maybe start kiting away and maybe survive a bit longer. My front gun has been repaired. It's slowly but surely turning back towards where I am aiming. Queen Elizabeth takes a shot with her front guns again, I believe, and she takes a shot with her back guns, but we are angled pretty well. We have all of our 12 14-inch guns ready to go. Once again, the Queen Elizabeth knocks out my turret, or I think it was actually the FUSO that knocked it out first, but the Queen Elizabeth takes a bite out of my turret too. Come on, guys, leave my fucking turrets alone, goddamn you. But no, in all seriousness, though, great shot, but hey, it is what it is. It seems like my turrets are made out of butter. But yeah, that's another weakness about the FUSO, is its turrets seem to get knocked out. A lot. I don't know why, but hey, it's one of those things. And FUSO takes me down, unfortunately. But since we were able to actually keep the enemy's attention for so long, we should still be able to win this game. We've done pretty good. We've got about 83,000 damage. And I did make a mistake there. I will admit it. I made a mistake. I should not have pushed in that far. So that is a mistake on my end. It's good that I actually recognize my mistakes. And I hope you all do too. I made a mistake. Believe it or not, I play this game a lot. I have over 260 plus days played on this game, and yet I still make mistakes. So here's a little bit of a learning curve for you, ladies and gentlemen out there. A little bit of learning advice, rather, not a learning curve. That's for me. No, but some learning advice. Just learn, ladies and gentlemen. Realize when you make a mistake, you know, so you can learn from it, right? That's the whole idea. Getting better at the game, it takes time. And even people like me who have high win rates and people who like me who play the game a lot, I still make mistakes from time to time. Like there, I overextended. I shouldn't have done that. But hey, I got a little too gung-ho. And, well, I died because of it. But nonetheless, the team is pulling through. They've got the Bravo cap, they've got the Alpha cap, and they got the Charlie cap. They should easily be able to win this game. We're up 940 points. The enemy team only has 560 points. It would take a fucking... Oh, this team would have to be utterly garbaggio to throw this game, okay? There's no way we lose it. We're 30 points from winning. Make it 25. Make it 20. Yeah. 15, 10. And we are now 5 points from winning. And there you go. There you go. But hey, not a bad first game in the FUSO. See, I can have good games even though I died. So 83,000 damage. We've got 41 main battery hits, 1 detection ribbon, 1 destroyed, and 1 citadel hit. And even though we died, we died and got absolutely pounded, we still placed third. We did an okay job, but the team also did pretty well as well. This win would not have been possible without this team here. So really fun game. Not a bad game whatsoever. Even ships like FUSO, right? The meme ships. People think that this ship is horrible, and well, it's not. Any ship can be good in this game in the right hands, okay? Realizing the ship's strengths, getting an idea of what the ship is good at and what it's about, right? We know the FUSO has 12 14-inch guns, and that alone makes the ship quite a contender at Tier 5. A lot of people forgot about this little thing. I say little, it's a big ship. And it's a solid ship all around. I like it. So I wanted to come on here. I was having some fun with it. And, well, here you go. FUSO, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. But nonetheless, yeah, another good option at Tier 5, if you really like the FUSO, the Hyuga. Literally, the Hyuga is like a pay-to-win FUSO. Same tier, but it's premium, and it has the same layout, 12 14-inch guns. It has better armor. It's literally a pay-to-win ship because it's wargaming. There's always a pay-to-win variant, usually, of something. So, if you really like FUSO, you'll love the Hyuga. I recommend it. I play this thing even till this day from time to time, and it's been out for like a year and a half. So, anyways, though, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to go and do it for today's video. I hope you all did enjoy it. If you guys did, be sure to go down there, hit the like button, and hit the subscribe button, because what are you waiting for, right? We do lots of World of Warships Legends content on here, although I may not be the most chipper and the most, family-friendly channel on the internet. Obviously, I'm far from that. Shocker. This is not a family-friendly channel. I do my best. I do my best to be honest and give you guys decent reviews, and I also try to, make some questionable, silly remarks and jokes from time to time. So if y'all like that, I'm glad. If y'all don't, well, too bad, so sad. It's the internet. What are you going to do? Anyway, have a fantastic rest of your weeks, ladies and gentlemen, and I will catch you all on the next one. Actually, weekends. Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace out. Stay healthy, as always.